keeping in the same vein of kind of business development, I have worked with my previous business actually to look at the re-engagement of kind of lapsed contacts, because how we started with our automation journey was we looked at kind of new people being added to the database. You could quite easily deal with them and engage and nurture them. We were quite on top of kind of the active ones, the ones that had jobs, had placements. We were dealing with the aftercare. It was those ones that kind of fell through the net. So perhaps they'd registered a job, but we'd never converted them to placement, or they had placed, but we haven't placed or had a job with them more recently. And that was the pot that we were trying to tap into. So we were looking at a contact automation where they had either registered a job in 1 to 4 years ago, so not in the last 12 months, or they had a placement, but again, not in that period. We then used suppression lists to take out people that had active jobs, because obviously they're not lapsed. So just to make sure that there was going to be no crossover there. And then we waited, I need to remind myself, I think we also added a field that looked at whether they'd been contacted in the last 2 months, and obviously discounted those individuals because we've spoken to them or they've had a note logged. And then what we did is used branching to make it more relevant to those groups of people. So the company that I was working for had physical locations. So we did that by physical location. And then the director that headed up that particular division, department, office, then sent an email asking them kind of how they're getting on, have they had any recruitment recently, but also anything that we could help with, but also then cross-selling in salary benchmarking, development programs, other things that we could offer to try and re-engage with them. And that came from hopefully an individual that they would know in that market for them, so they could kind of hopefully engage with it a little bit more easily than just an organisation. Yeah. And they've had loads of success from that. Even just kind of people re-engaging might not necessarily end in a job, but just kind of opening that door again and kind of starting the conversation. So they've had that in the last 30 days, 180 emails have gone out with a 24% open rate. So just kind of getting that happening again with that kind of passive audience was really important, and they got quite a lot from that.